street, case on the news.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah.
You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep. Every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. A hater get up. I'm ready like lift off. I never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live. I don't know what the mad for. I just had to do it. Got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib and getting money. You gotta ask for it. I got tired of complaining. I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it. Ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I'ma pesos. Hit your sus, I'ma replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up, name the place and we back up. Running these racks up, 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter, when they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up, I had to get back up. I can't take no off, you better call back up. Don't really need down to finish, I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. See me.
Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
What's that? Look at it.
Right there, 54 Mike. Danny. Check 15.
20.
Watch the eye.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Newton. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch him flat-footed and get a big play.
Got his target, Samuel. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready up.
54. Mike 54.
6-6. Pull it high.
Tighten up. Spine.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Go.
Mike, 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. You can't block me. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4.
Protein spell.
Check three. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Look at me. Door.
Hey, watch this.
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Let's put that team on the clock. Clear. Ready?
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton. And Thomas has it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here we go.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Good night, baby. Good night, baby.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Again, McCaffrey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day. Hey, Haywood.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Cook.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
First down, Minnesota.
Ready. 60 or 54. Block 54. Watch the run.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Boston.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the whip.
Now Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
54. Go. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll throw again. Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Bravo. 54, Mike. Here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Down to lose one. Hey, watch. Through. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. He's got his man. This is Jackson. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Cousins now a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
61, match box, right.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
58, come on. You're not ready. You're not ready.
After the run, Newton going to throw. And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
It's a lot of points. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Carlos Hyde. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On second down, Hyde. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big run there by Hyde. 45 yards on the ground.
A gain of 45 yards. First down, Minnesota.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Gun. Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
At the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Cousins now. Complete here. It's Hyde. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Dancing to his left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On second down, Hyde. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Easy work. It's easy.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Right there, 54, right there.
Throwing is Cousins. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Marr able to put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like
a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, 71 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, bring up 48. Hey, Steeler. Hey, back up.
Cousins on 1st down. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. He finds his running back, Hyde. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And that'll set him back 5.
Switch gears.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Lucky 48. Hey, we got 3 down.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Flush to his right. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Complete to Christian McCaffrey. It's a gain of 5.
That's it.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Newton to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. He's going to air one out. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Hey, Charlie. Right there. 54.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Panthers will get the football back. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flushed out right. Taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Pass complete. Newton finding his tight end, Thomas. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Newton being chased out left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll be out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus,
and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Push him. Gun. Push him back. Kill. Hey, turn it out. Gun. 54's Mike. Black. 54. Watch 54. Watch the out. Kill.
They start the drive with Hyde. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were at it. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 short. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack on first down, Cousins.
I'm starting to feel for that quarter.
He's got a man. Complete. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd down now, Hyde. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Now Hyde. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off a big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Cousins now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. This is the tight end fan. 10 more there and another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Under 10. Gun.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Mike's 59.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go, go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Great. Big stop.
Out of the gun, Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. Alert flare. Hey, Ringo, 48. Hey, watch out. Check Mike, 54. Topper.
Cousins. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Complete to Carlos Hyde. An 8-yard pickup. And the Vikings first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run high, and they'll get him down right about the 20. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. First down, here's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Black, 48. 54 Mike. Check. Hey, exit. 54.
Now Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Come on,
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Newton. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Newton on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages in the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. The kick by Marr is good. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. This will be taken short. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Complete here, it's Hyde. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Blue draw quarter. Gun. Good route there.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Newton. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Sua Cravens gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Here's Newton. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. From the gun, here's Newton. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Ready? Mike 54. Here we go, dude. Here I come.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They'll run with Scarlett, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jordan Scarlett taking it in. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the number 1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Cousins now. He finds his running back, Hyde. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. On third down, Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
Leave it, bring up 48. Mike 54. Hey, Orbit. Watch the slant. Hey, watch that.
On fourth down, they do snap it to Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Draw play, Madison. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They run it again with Hyde. And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. McCaffrey following the penalty. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton, open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Newton now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Anthony Barr, his 2nd sack of the night. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 40 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that what against symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Throwing, Cousins, escaping the pressure right. That's caught at the 25. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, 42 yards. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Bang, bang. Rhino. Check 25. Hey, flipper.
From the gun, a give to Hyde. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 25 yards to the house. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the ground, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
And we're set. 4th and 3. Check.
Here's Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Hey, 382, left 50.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They run with Hyde. He's been the bell cow tonight. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
He's brought down by
48.
Again, it's Hyde. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
a gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
They're running it. Watch the shit.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Stop your whining.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina.
It's my boy.
Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
218, jump. Hey, Delta.
First down.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
54's Mike. Check, watch it. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. K1 short. Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Hey. Motion me out. Chance. Look. Squeeze. 5.
2nd and 11. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Check me out. Check 43. General West. Check 26. Back. You're out.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. They'll look to throw here. And it is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Panthers will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Right there. 54. 54, Mike.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's complete to Diggs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it for... And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken short. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Gun.
After the run, Newton going to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it second and short. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
First down, Minnesota.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw is Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. To the air again, it's Cousins. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come up in an offset eye.
54 Mike. Check 3, check 3.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's the fullback, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And running with touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2.
Mike 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Out of the gun, Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
60. Vikings 38.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
A 37-yard attempt.
And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship,